Good evening, all. Welcome back to Geek, Feng, Shui. I'm your host and game master, Bob Sellers Jr. Shout out to our friends at Cata, good brewing here in Castle Manorville. Having a bit of cream ale tonight from them. Under Pressure in Golden Valley and South by Southeast, or 60 as you may know it locally here. Over in beautiful Pine Island, where venues of similar nature near you and yours, family, pet, kid, fun, friendly, all around fun environments for you to bring the fun, find the fun. Enjoy the fun, check their calendars, whether it's Facebook or the respective websites, for events such as beer choir, trivia, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. And pet friendly, depending upon the food rules, the pets may be allowed in or have to be out in the patio, but definitely bring your pets along with you. Although iguanas may not like to go out for a walk in the cooler weather of the winter. I don't know, so I've heard. Check out my books at sellersjr.com, my overall website, geekfengshui.com, and this channel, which we appreciate every like, subscribe, setting of the bell, and commentary. But remember, commentary is moderated because of the trolls. But yeah, please like the video. It does help, whether it's my videos or others you watch on YouTube. It helps the respective content creators with YouTube. So please show appreciation of the work, whether it's mine or others, just as a kindness. So I'm just going to do a short video about how to get an exotic pet that's faction specific, meaning if you want it on the Alliance side, you have to have a Horde to go over and spawn it. So over on Benediction, I did this over on Whitemane, where the Alliance were in the minority. So here I'm doing where the Alliance are in the majority, and there's fewer Hordes. So I don't think I'll have much interference, but I leveled up my hunter to level 16, which didn't take long because of the heirlooms and whatnot, and zooming along. But I did find out it was interesting. I didn't realize until I moved my my character over from the Alliance on Whitemane to the Horde on Benediction that does enchanting, and I didn't realize you can enchant heirlooms as long as there's no level requirement on the enchant. So for example, on my healers, I can enchant, it doesn't bind. Normally if you enchant something on a chest or something, it binds it to you, but if there's no a level limit, you can do it on an heirloom. So like I can add 100 mana or 65 mana or 50 life or 65 life to a chest piece. You can do it on so cross faction, cross server for that matter. So if I want to enchant something on Whitemane, I can, because you can send heirlooms across server. It's one of the few things you can do. So I don't really lose a lot from that aspect of it, and it does help. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go in, and I've positioned my two hunters. Just picked the hunter to do it. I figure she's not high enough. The pet that will be spawning is 16, so she can't tame it yet anyway. And they moved the pet for summoning Ikiyaki. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it, but she's over here now where they used to have her up in this area. But it's a similar situation. We come down into her should I clear any riffraff? Now the trick is here, let's log out real quick. Oh, I could tame her. She's 15. I thought she was 16. We'll tame her after I tame her with my Alliance Hunter. I do this because you'll see this pet on Horde, but very few Alliance can come over and get it because you have to have Horde to spawn it. So now we're going to go down to Saberdome. The two servers have become balanced in the sense that I have far more Horde characters. So this ought to be interesting with the riffraff there. Let's throw riff here. Ta-da! So that is Ikiyaki, or I can't even pronounce her name, so let me go get the correct spelling. So I'll name it. So what's funny about doing it like this is because if you're running Silver Dragon and somebody comes along, it has gone off because I've done this with other pets. And I'll stay here with her. We'll go back and we'll respawn it. Let's try 15. I don't know if you have to be 16. I think it's your level or higher. She's one of the rare gray lionesses. It's a horde quest. They get, I believe it's on 15 because she's 15. We have to kill her for the pelt. Back up to. So you can see here I have a lot of horde characters. One thing, if you go to tamer after your summoner, make sure you just abandon. You have to abandon, not just dismiss. You have to abandon your pet. So if I can summon her again, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to do an abandon. The trick that I have learned to do is to go put the tame pet. Because sometimes you'll get interrupted. There we go. So now, after this 8 seconds, I will actually go do the quest. One thing to learn about pets here is not all of the bars, whatever. So you always want to attack first. Claws, the first one. You have to make sure not growl isn't always on the bar. So if you go into a instance and complain about your pet taking aggro's, you got to click. If you click on that, it turns growl on or off. Now, it used to be when I did this, once you summon her, the thing would go away, and I'd have to abandon it. So this would be ironic to have leaky on me. Leaky. The two servers have kind of balanced out activity-wise because I want to level up my hunter. I was not looking forward to it because I tried leveling outside of Stormwind. One character, it might have been on a weekend, which might have explained it, but it was not fun because there was just way too many people. And this time it was just like leveling on the Horde side here. So I don't know if the populations of the server have dropped off. on both of them if people are taking a break because of the holidays, go to school, whichever. But I've definitely made Benediction my Horde server and White made my Alliance. As I said, I moved over my Mage, who's 85, and she is Max Enchanter and Engineer. So I brought some fabric over so that my DK that makes cloth stuff, because the auction house on the Horde side over here is just empty. Much like the Alliance auction house is probably a little bit better stocked, but the majority factions auction house is quite fruitful. And so I've talked about it, there's a shared auction house in Booty Bay, Booty Bay, down in Tanaris, and in Winter Spring, I think are the 3 places that you can share those. I don't know if there's a 4th place to get to it or not, but things are listed there, can be bought by opposite factions or same faction for that matter, just not the same account. Why you do it Alliance on Alliance. Stranger things have happened. So now we'll do here. Did run into a horde coming through Booty Bay. They didn't attack me. They were 1 level higher. I mean, like I said, the minority classes, you know, if I've run into 80s Alliance when I'm on my horde, and they typically don't start anything. I purposely did not do the quest on any of my horde characters because I knew I was going to come back with a hunter in case somebody else wanted to get her. I can say, well, I can go spawn it. So while we're here, we might as well get the flight point. I'm sure maybe walking through the area here and see if we can go to Ashen Vale. And I have my Ashen Vale's up there. Go get the flight point there. Because I came down, took the boat over to down here. And I followed the land over so I could get to Ratchet. And I took the boat over to Booty Bay so I have that flight point. I contacted Blizzard a couple times and asked if I could transfer my 85 from my WoW 2 to my WoW 1 account. And they won't do it. They say they don't do character transfers between accounts. Now, way back when they did, but apparently their transfer process doesn't handle account to, even though it's my account, it's under my. So apparently, I do have to have separate licenses for my WoW 2. So that might explain it. So even though it's my WoW 2, it's not separate. I don't know how that works. So they will only be active if I ever fire up that. And that's like I talked about in the past, way back when. I don't have writing yet, obviously. I thought you might enjoy the scenery walking on the horde side of Alliance. See if anybody decides to take pot shots. See, I'm white man. I would be in dire. I mean, I'm in dire danger here now myself, but anyway, I maxed out all the characters, and back then I think it was 50, it might have been 65 characters on an account, and so then I got the WoW 2 all set up. I think I had 10. I have to go look. There's nothing saying you can't come over and level the Barrens as an alliance. There's just no alliance hubs. You'd have to go to Ashenvale or up to next area up here, Stone Town. For giggles here, I went over on my Horde and I was herbing and mining on my 85, not my outside Stormwind. And yeah, it drew attention. They flew out to run me off and learned they can't do that. So it's kind of fun. Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing. Now I can't go directly through to the left there because that is Horde guards that will kill you. So they left this little side road for Alliance to go through. Had a quick phone call I had to take there. Normally coming to Ashenvale, I would have done this from the Night Elf land, but following my usual schema, much like on the Horde side, unless they have specific areas they have to level in, I run the characters to Dalaran to get the flight or to make the home there, and I will go level in the human area, or much like I go level in the orc area on the Horde side. Then I go to where in the Horde side I go orc, and then I go where the Tauren in the second area, and then I go out to the Barrens. Well, on the Alliance side, I'll go from where the humans go out to the area around there. I'll go up north and down out to the different areas there, to 15 or 16. And you can come over if you manage to get to the Barrens. It'd be kind of fun. Let's see, they've added a few flight points. Taylor Swift is at the football game supporting her BF, Travis. It is election day here in the United States tomorrow. Get out and vote. I went out and pre-voted today. They allow you to go vote. I think it's up to 2 weeks beforehand. You can either do absentee or go to the courthouse and fill out the application and vote. So you don't have to go to the where everybody else is. Back in the days of COVID, that was the better way to do it anyway. To be careful here because these are not skulls, but focusing, or will be focusing in a video next on my healing paladin. I wanted to get through the first few low-level dungeons because they are typically the worst of the worst when it comes to new tanks, I run into a situation where when I go in, I mark myself if I'm tank or healer, and then I mark the opposite. So if I'm the healer, I'll mark myself with a blue square because that's the hospital sign, more or less. And then I'll put the green panties, as they call it, on the tank. It's easier to follow. It's like, this is the tank, follow the tank. We were going along in this dungeon. I don't remember the name of it. It's the one where you go all the way around back and forth under rivers and stuff. But anyway, I noticed on the map that the tank and I were behind everybody. Everybody's else in front. Three of them, the tank and two of the others, DPS, were from the same server. And there's myself and somebody else from yet another server. I myself and the other person were not from the same server as the three. And I said, please let the tank, because they were pulling and clearing stuff. I said, no, let the tank do that, because this is how you get into bad. I didn't say this is how you get into bad habits, but so we're in. They were in a vid or audio channel, whichever one they were using, and it was okay. And so all three of them I'll ignore because they made some asinine comments. It's like, no. And it wasn't Benediction. It wasn't Whitemane. It was now a new server that let's see if we can skedaddle. I'm going I guess that's a Horde. See how far they follow me. I forgot to put the it wasn't a guard. The guards would have killed me. They're higher level. I don't know what that was. But now that I did on my other. There. So something's chasing, like I stick the pet on them, and then I do the, if they get far enough, I put passive, they chase the pet. I can see if there's any loot from that guy. That'll tell. It wasn't a Horde guard because he didn't have the Horde thing. They weren't level 65. They were beskulled me. You can see how they've changed Ashenvale. There's this big fire area, and they've added a couple of flight points for the Horde. No loots for me. I think that was a Horde. They also beefed up the Horde flight point on the beach. So on the little tiny camp, it's a big fort. This is back when you're hoofing it before you hit level 20. So 20, I can start using the nice new mount I got that has the benders and everything. It makes life so much easier. Recently, I've been playing Horde far more than Alliance. So about here, I know I have to bail off to the left so I don't run into the Alliance guards up here in this flight point. First time on way back when on Laughing Skull, I think it was when I did Horde, I came over and I single-handedly with my DK max level killed off everything in this town and held it for a while. It's kind of fun. Those, if they were Horde guards, they would have had the Horde emblem. Cards are usually nasty. These are only level 30, so I don't know. They do have the PvP, so maybe that was. Because it's Ashenvale, they're not as. Let's see if I have life points. I do. So I have Moonglade, I have Light there, so I have all of these now. I can fly back to Ratchet if I wanted to. Or else I could go up to and for giggles and grins, we can go and do a random classic dungeon. Or do that. I set up macros to make it real easy for marking. Because you can right click and do target markers, just, and they're really simple markers that I got. Macros. But again, if you go in to do that, make sure you turn growl off. We'll leave growl on. We'll go up to the next area. Make this just a video about walking along and the days of hoofing it. But normally night elves would come to Ashenvale this way, going this way, where they come to that town, and they come along here and do some questing. Steer clear of those goofballs. Because normally I would not have come to Ashenvale from the Barrens. I come to the Barrens from Ashenvale. But because I came and went to Storm, because they have a boat to Stormwind now from outside of where the Night Elves start. Make sure we stay away from Roll20. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't remember a flight point or anything being there from what I've configured under Horde. So I don't think that is a Horde. See, as a hunter now, he's chasing my pet. My pet's taking the hits. And when they focus on me, I just have fun of being a hunter. You're following for a long time. Normally the AI, he stops. Back in vanilla, you'd have to keep your, you'd have an unhappiness thing with your pet. You don't have in Cataclysm. You can go up to go to the higher level. I won't do that on this trip. You have to be careful when you come up here because they do have some board stuff going on now that can aggro to you. One of the reasons I brought my mage over is I like to go cruising Alden for looking for alliance that go AFK. Easy kill points. Defenders are dead because these guys. One of the quests you have is to heal them as a horde when they come through. One of the more interesting things that I'll show you here with Stone Talon is they changed several things where Alliance have big presence that weren't there before when you first go through. So something moving, spider across. I don't know what that was. Yeah, is Horde going to, oh, what did I do here? I think I've got wrong here is that I need to have attack in that first one as well. Pets have not been doing what I've told them to do. Because one nice thing in the Barrens is skinning. You have to be careful about where you go into Stone Talon as well, because there's two gaps, one that has a Horde guard tower and one that doesn't. You know, my days playing hardcore, those were the nemesis of my Horde on Gold Road. And I've seen lots of Horde, particularly over on Whitebane, where they do it here too, that you'll have mages that are skinners that go around just doing base flower blast and killing off a bunch of stuff and go around skinning it. This is not the Horde tower. The next one over is. So this one doesn't have any Horde cards that can kill you. But what I found was new, which was interesting. Come over here. There's an Alliance camp that wasn't there before because there used to be two Horde quest givers. So we have Hill Scouts there. I didn't see those before. Oh, Oh, I screwed that up. How to run and not get killed. Last time I came through, I was playing Horde, so I didn't quite have. I'll get this until they stop chasing me. Yeah, I came through. I saw this Horde the first time. I was in this Alliance camp. Wasn't here before. Why the skulls weren't able to kill me? I don't know if it's because I'm wearing. Yeah, I don't think the Horde quests are there anymore. You used to have two that you'd come down here and get, and you'll have to kill off stuff. I think those days are. So that crossing is, as I've shown, is as treacherous for Alliance as it can be for Horde. Now these are yet more. I think they're skull because they're 35s. Yeah, I think they're question mark, because I'm only 16. They're 35 level 1. Those, I think I'm going to pass getting out of this. I am just too low level for. I'll switch back over to my Horde Hunter and I'll do an instance with her pet. Not enchanted all of my chess pieces. So what I have to do here is make sure. I'll do the Raptor quest. See if we can. Well, to be honest, one of my least favorite dungeons. see, we have a protection paladin, which is cool sand. This is how you do it the old-fashioned way. Which is nice. The Horde do have quests. Yeah, just in here. Turn growl off. Marma, I think, is the here, we'll find out. Here there's some brew thing that they throw at you to make you drunk. Bankrick was a server I ran into those three clowns on. So to answer your question, you're probably asking, how do I enchant chess piece from another server? Well, you can send them cross server, so you just either send it over, or you can just create the new one, send it over to the character after you've enchanted them here, wherever your enchanter happens to be. It's another way to send gold, quite a loss, but you can get the tabards, the silver, the gold, and send those cross faction, get a couple hundred gold per. Which in the end isn't a lot, but over in White Mane, that pet that the other hunter has here, I have gone over and gotten. With heirlooms and rest experience, you can see how you level up quite a bit faster. It is far more relaxing to run these as not the tank or the healer. We had a tank on one of the ones I was running with on Valley. Pretty sure it was a bot or else somebody did not, because they were telling him to stop because I was out of mana and somebody else wanted me to skip to boss. I finally kicked him and he just never said a word. Tampa Bay is giving Kansas City everything money. One thing impressed me, I didn't realize how many political parties were fielding candidates for the president over the normal two. Everybody pays attention to it. I only have one alliance per class. I don't know if I even have all of them on the server, but I've trimmed down the Horde. The other servers, so I can do more Horde over here. I have multiple rogues, hunters, pallies. I mean, I try to have one of each. I got max, obviously, with the 85s I've moved around or leveled up as far as DKs are concerned. I do have a sale going on now about the realm transfers. So I've heard a number of people talking about how they're transferring to the server that has more PvP balance. When you're in the minority and you're playing in the battleground, battlegrounds are usually cross-server, but the Alliance apparently has been winning a lot. And people credit follow, but then over on White Mane, Horde win all of them. So there you go. I really think there's some people just like to complain. For you're wondering where this instance is, it's up in the Alliance third starting area in Eastern Kingdoms. It's basically come out of storm when you go right. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the. So Horde typically did go over there. But now, oh, sugar almost got blown off. They get blown off in the water and so on. So, but, now Horde can do stockades and Alliance can do the chasm underneath Ogremon. We'll try to do that stupid shortcut. I don't know if that's because that's in heroic. Yeah, if it fails, I'll fall off of that and go into the water. One thing I don't know is if you transmog something and send it to another character, the transmog stays with it. I haven't tried that. I not care for this dungeon, but you do get a lot of XP. Not the biggest fan of the early dungeons. Nomagon, Nomer, I never pronounce it right, is also one that, this one isn't so bad. Nomergan is a pain because not everybody knows it. But again, that's an alliance one that the Horde can now do. There's shortcuts. One thing I'll be happy about after tomorrow is all the political ads will be done. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing the Intellect. I haven't collected this one, so I'll need on it. That must appear when you have I have to, there's be ropes that come down over here. You have to go swing on. I have that. That's all. I didn't mean the security. My jewel crafter is able to make rings and necklaces. I did win it. So now I have, so I can, once you have it soulbound, all of your characters, I believe, can use that smites remover. Hold on to this for my casters. Azamari is my disenchanter, so I'll send her. She's my main one I'm leveling anyway. I'll leave this up here just for comparison purposes. Lucretia is my Horde name for my mage now that she is over. She's max level Wood Elf enchanter. So if I would get here, try one more. You get a satchel of goods when you do random. Quest items down here. I thought it was up here. I might be misreading what I'm seeing. As far as skinning is concerned, the barons are the shizzle, as the old saying is. Much like my alliance hunter, this hunter is leather worker in spirit. One advantage I have of having 85s that can fly and do mining and skinning and herbing for that matter is for the lobies when they need it, I can go do before they have to be able to travel that far, at least to get the materials. So this is a sun scale nest. So they move that around a little bit too, so we can collect some feathers. So I think there's 4 of them. You can see the difference in coloring here between the summoned pet versus the normal lines you see. We only get 3 and need 3. Oh, that's kind of. So I thought there was 5 or 4. We'll go see. You do get spoiled by riding around everywhere, going back and having to hoof it as you level. Because if I remember right, this used to be over in this area. So they've moved that. Yeah, I guess there's only 3, but there's 4. On top of this hill. Or is it? Oh, is it over in the? It's over here. This used to be a valley where you had a quest to come in and get iron bars way back. Using Wrath King, Wrath Lich King. I don't even know if I have that quest. When I see the map, these nests must be elsewhere. The nests before were in one, there's only 3 of them. These nests are all over the place. Tweaking they've done to the quests. So before you go in an instance where you've had to kill things, turn off growl and hit enter. This is the one that the Alliance can do now. This is under Urlar. Back in vanilla, you had to get your group and come to the entrance, meet up at the meeting stone. So coal, sand, dirt. Magic, I hope, is a healer. So Shadow Priest queuing as dude is a healer. Ogre Flint, that's right what I was supposed to do. Funny thing is, it tells you you're done with this. It gives you your reward before you're actually done with all the bosses. The tank is a little confused. You see, this tells you you're done, but you still have one more boss to go. I think they know where they're going, because if I remember right, you have to go up. Okay, so they found their way up. Oh yeah, this is the same road, different path. You get to see some of the starter dungeons. I wasn't good, and they're not my favorite, so I wasn't gonna video. Now I did, so just not a fan of some of them. This is the last boss. Sometimes they'll leave before you get back to turn your quest in. Right back. Go. Quick run upstairs. We're back recording. All the way. So, goodness for the pause button. I think I will call this a video. Train show you where the trainers are clustered around. It's 1717 time. Well, there's more to this video. I was just going to do the training thing to show you how to do it with both sides, but you got to see some instances to make things a little more interesting. Pretty sure there was a hunter trainer here. Here it is. So now you can train up to 2 pets. You can stable a bunch, but eventually you can do up to 4. So what's handy there is if you have dual spec, you have 2 special pets and 2 regular pets. And that is about that for this instance of showing how leveling up, and we'll come back and do another one, I'm sure, at some point. But thanks for watching. As we said, coming in, check out our friends at Cata Good Brewing here in Cass and Manorville, Under Pressure in Golden Valley, South by Southeast in beautiful Pine Island, or venues of similar nature near you and yours, which have delicious beer, such as cream or blueberry wheat. These are the family, pet, kid, fun-friendly places where you and yours can go chillax or have fun. Bring the fun, game rooms, board games, card games, and the lot. Check out my books at sellersjr.com, and please like, subscribe, comment. It's moderated, but please like. It helps show the efforts of all YouTubers, that their efforts are worthwhile, whether it's mine or others. We appreciate every like. The dislike button doesn't do anything. So if you want to do something, just hit the like button 3 times and I'll show you how much you dislike it. Anyway, have a good one. We will see you in the next video. I think I said like, subscribe, set the bell, comment, like, subtle messages.